I love this game, man. Not a lot of people play. It gained quite a little bit of popularity when it got featured in the PlayStation Plus. Just loading up my stream, making sure my audio's working and everything. I'll check the chat delay. Alright. Hey, Kami, how's it going? This game has lots of choices for you. See, it's continue game. See, I've done like just enough to get the true ending, but it's a bit of variation. So I'm gonna start a new game here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do votes, viewer votes, on what my choices should be.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor
Your cousin has a
changed.
PS4. That's
He'd
pretty
been
cool.
good once, a shy, almost
If you can drop his
humble
PSN, I'll add
he
him
built
later.
universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians.
Okay, cool.
The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
If you can, if you can't get it, you can just send him mine and tell him to add me, because it's at the bottom there. So people can add me if they need to. Or if they want to, really. They don't need to. There's quite the chat delay, which I do apologize for, but it's just YouTube sucking. It's very easy to stream on and easy to get people to watch, but it's hard, as in like the delay and everything. It's
The
pretty
kid
bad.
was looking down, watching his city burn.
Load
Sorry,
times
kid.
suck. Yeah,
Reynardo
that was
told
quite a
the
long
kid.
load time.
Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone.
I like it when
My
they
mother died
do like a
for this
little
book.
gif or
promised her I'd
interesting
protect
thing
you.
during the loading time, so you're not just
Damn
staring
it.
at nothingness.
The kid had run off with the
But
book,
this
of
time we
course.
didn't get that.
So Reynardo had to run after him.
So essentially, this is quite a story-driven game, obviously. I'm this guy, I'm Reynardo, and there's a whole bunch of different endings. The game is very short, you can finish it around in about 20 minutes. But there's only one ending that is true. And it's impossible to get it the first time. So, essentially... No, it's not an RPG. It's got a unique combat system, which I really, really like. It was free on PlayStation Plus for a while, so quite a lot. Most
Two
people
ravens
got it
were
then.
staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. For the Emperor! The ravens cawed and rushed at him.
So essentially we can jump between enemies. Well, it hasn't shown us how to yet. This is just the tutorial. Why is PS4 so easy to stream on? It's just as easy to stream on. What's it called? And when they're about to attack you, you can flip the sticks towards them and press square to jump towards them and counter their attack before they hit you. I know there's a dash button. I think I only get it when I get a different sword. But yeah, I think there's just different menus. It's just the menus are really easy to navigate because you just press one button on the controller. Scroll down a little bit. There's a share button on it.
A dropship.
So you can just start live streaming really easy.
They hadn't noticed him.
Xbox. What did I say? Did I say PS4? I mean Xbox. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. If you hold the button, you can stab them on your sword, and then you can, when you let go, you yeet them, essentially. It's good for places like this, where there's lots of gaps.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels. Or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere. And neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid.
Alright, I'll wait for
He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Reynardo going to get a hero sword?
So yeah, there's these kind of gates all over the place, and this is how doing the same ending multiple times because there's 4 swords you unlock, and you can use them to unlock different gates. So say there's a gate, and for a sword you don't have yet.
Essence? Perfect.
That's the hero sword, though.
A hero sword. QED.
Here's the other sword. Here's the Void Blade. It increases the movement speed while you're holding it. Here is the Firestorm. It can set the enemy on fire for a bit of extra damage. And this one will freeze the enemy. This is the Winter Thorn, which is the ice sword. They're all pretty cool. Very useful. So now we have the hero sword, and they all have special abilities that you get with your magic.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Reynardo's jokes, even when he didn't know.
What games are you getting for the Switch next? Well, essentially, I'm getting ARMS as soon as it comes out. But essentially, I'm just waiting for Splatoon 2 because
just the kid.
That's what I'm the most hyped for. Splatoon 2.
It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him.
I'm very
How'd you
excited
get
for that
across?
game.
He asked the kid.
And if I see any other things
hopped,
hiding in the store,
said the kid.
I'll be sure to pick them up.
Wise-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you! Q, said Reynardo. Ah, ravens.
Alright, here's some more ravens. But now we get to fight them with our hero sword.
It was time to talk some sense into the kid.
You can really tell that I've
Hook his way across the ledge
played it before.
and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired.
I'm going Splatoon 2 because
Maybe if he meditated
if I get ARMS,
at
I
that
won't
altar there, he'd remember his old
have
schools.
enough money. Okay. It's my birthday pretty soon, so I don't have to worry about that. This is like a little hype stream because I'm pretty
It
hyped
was starting
because
to come back to you.
tomorrow
Something you never completely
I'm getting my
forgot.
braces removed.
Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought,
You going to
the more
E3?
he'd probably remember.
If I have to fly somewhere to get there, then no. But if there's like an insomnia nearby, that I can just get like a
And there was the Farfair.
something for.
She was the fastest
There's like
ship
always
he'd
like a
ever
little
known.
E3
She could do
live
the
stream
Kessel
for all the
Run in 12
videos.
furlongs.
So I get to
So
watch the
salesman
videos. I just
told
don't get to play the
And
games.
something
I think it's
told
in New
him
York,
the kid was
right?
about to walk into an ambush. Stop! He shouted. I'm not giving you the book! Shouted the kid, and took off. No! Peter! But the kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its eye beam.
Well, there goes the kid, I guess.
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why
Rest in
hadn't
peace.
he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really
The only
pissed
reason I
off
would
and
consider
betrayed,
going
but
is to play Super
alive.
Mario Odyssey.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn it.
Super Mario,
Renato
Mario
picked up the
Odyssey
book.
looks pretty fun.
He couldn't let the Empire.
Is it in Los Angeles? Yeah, I'm
He
not
was
going.
going to have to get it out of there.
Too much money.
He'd be a
It cost me
wanted
like,
man. Probably
like
have to join the
£300
rebellion
to get
just
there
have a
and
place to
back.
dock.
and we'd have to go
Well,
there. I don't know
you'd
when
hate
it
home
is.
life anyway.
It's just not a great idea for now. I mean, if I ended up having the chance to go, it would be an amazing experience. But I'll probably just have to stick to other gaming events which are more nearby, like Insomnias and things like that.
What was the big deal about this book anyway? Maybe he should open it and find out.
Alright, here's our
All
first
that
choice.
had been
Cammy, I'll
years
let
ago.
you have a vote.
How many? The war was a blur.
So essentially,
and now 3
the
Raven
viewers will
scout
choose
ships
the
were
ending.
chasing him. Where are you running, rebel? Cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults. Just going out for milk? Renato yelled back. Where can you run? Laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships.
I don't
fleet
want
was
to
doing
mess
a
up.
thorough job.
There's no bad,
Take
like
us
really
to the
bad
rebel base.
endings,
I
but
will
like
spare your lives.
every ending is good.
God.
Essentially,
The
they all
entire
add to the
jury-rigged
story.
rebel fleet was only a few islands
There's
to
no
the
ending you
east.
can do that's wrong.
Beyond that,
There's no
were
wrong
only the
ending.
pillars of heaven. A sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time.
Every ending helps.
Unless Renato could bring
like
a game
Tesco.
changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. A weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lupino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lupino or the Sky Ripper?
This channel is underrated. Do you mean my channel? Because, yeah, I get minuscule amounts of viewers and views. But, you know, I do put quite a bit of effort in. Alright. Sky Ripper or Lupino? I'll let you choose right now. Sky Ripper's legendary weapon. But Lupino is my friend. I'll just go ahead and let you choose. As long as it doesn't take till 16 minutes, I'll let you go. You've got till 16 minutes. Skyripper or Lupino? Lupino. Okay, we're going for Lupino.
Ah, Lupino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lupino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lupino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
Okay, so we have to go and save Lupino now.
Lupino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen the winged horse. He'd only sold it. But
highest price to LA is like 400,
where was
500.
the prison?
Yeah. It's not
the village
worth
was
it.
empty.
And is that there and back?
Had everybody fled the Ravens?
It's not worth it, man. See, if you're only going for one event, it's just not worth it. I'd consider it if I was going there for a holiday during the time frame. I think that's a fair enough excuse. But just going to LA for the event...
His blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Totally not worth it. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to go. Cheap price is like $325. Yeah, it's expensive flying there. And it's because it's a very long flight. But the worlds in here remind me of Skylanders, if anyone remembers that. Kami, you might remember Skylanders. The worlds around here reminded me of Skylanders. They look like there's something straight out of a Skylanders game. I used to love Skylanders,
People
man.
were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks passed. Renardo
Yeah,
had sneaked
Skylanders
through an
vibes.
empty
I'm
town
getting some
and
real
listened
Skylanders
to
vibes.
the Ravens call about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
I think it's like the kind of floating grassy islands. Because there was quite a lot of that in Skylanders. See, look, here's one of the fire
They'll only let you
doors.
through if they think you're hot enough.
You need a fire sword for that. What characters do you want in Smash for Switch? I mean, I'd love to see Waluigi's an actual character rather than just an assist trophy. I'd also love to see some pretty cool assist trophies like from some of the indie games, but I'm not sure who I would have as a playable character. It's difficult to decide. Rules are, they have to have originated in a video game, obviously, and have been on a Nintendo console. Okay,
Shall we just agree to disagree? Said Renardo. No?
hold on. I'll do this battle while I'm thinking. Ah, he tried to counter him. Alright,
Ravens were landing
let me
everywhere.
think.
The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack.
Ooh.
Ravens weren't picky. If they got
Tricky
hungry,
choices,
they sometimes
man.
forgot to
Trying to think
interrogate
of
their
good
prisoners.
games that I
Even
love.
top spies like Lupino. Where had the Mad Rabbit got to?
I'd love to see, you know, something like, if you've ever played Super Paper Mario, you'd know O-Chunks, or you'd know, oh, I forgot his name, but there's like a little guy and he says Chow all the time. But yeah, someone like that, O-Chunks probably. I'd go for O-Chunks, good old O-Chunks. It's a great game. If you've never played it, I definitely recommend it. It's on the Wii. I think you can get it pretty cheap.
A present? For me?
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time. when
Crash
attacking.
Bandicoot or Silver the
The more
Hedgehog.
you fought, the more
I mean,
you'd probably
I
remember.
think Sonic's good enough, man. We don't... well, fair enough with all the Mario characters, but Mario's Nintendo's biggest thing. We've got Sonic. I mean, they could do like a... Like, instead of doing, what's it called? They could do like proper reskins rather than just like different color Sonics. They could do like, make them look like the actual characters rather than just changing the color of Sonic. Werehog, yeah, Werehog's pretty different. Werehog would be good. Maybe Werehog as like an alternate. Well, I guess he would work similar to like someone like Bowser or a heavier
Bernardo
character.
Fetch. Or possibly a flea.
I was gonna say alternate Final Smash, but it doesn't really make sense. But you have to have Super Sonic. You get a whole bunch of extra XP for having perfect battles, so I'm gonna try and do as much as I can perfectly.
He'd missed his old skills. He welcomed them back like it was at a reunion.
Right, let's see what's over here. That one we need a Void Blade for. Did I mention you can dash through all the crates and destroy them all? That's what those little bars at the bottom are, if anyone's wondering. It's your dashes, or your stamina, because you can use the stamina for other things than just dashes. Here's Lapino.
Dirty and bloody, Bernardo finally reached Lapino. The rabbit
Isaac
was
from Binding of
practicing
Isaac
his
played
shuffle.
it.
Bernardo recognized
Ever played
the
it? Oh, I
cards
love
as
that game.
Lapino's favorite deck.
Oh, Isaac's
I
it.
thought you were in
Binding of Isaac's a
danger.
great game.
I am.
I've
The
actually,
Ravens are coming.
instead
There's a
of
prison coming.
using
Wait,
the
yeah, we see this guard owed me $53,
Afterbirth
so we made a
Plus,
deal. Don't
I've been
worry, you little people,
actually,
for
or
weasels.
Afterbirth, I've just been
Now,
playing with
I got a brilliant plan
around with
to kidnap
the
Zenobia.
what's it called?
We
A
capture Zenobia,
mod called
we find out what
Antibirth.
she knows, and that's the whole war
When do you
right
think
there.
Smash for Switch is coming
Easy
out?
peasy,
The
lemon
wait
squeezy.
very long
Capture
time.
the Emperor's greatest
Think about
general, who also
the
happened to be
gap
a
between
deadly
Wii U's
sorcerer
release
and
and Smash
his
for Wii
only
U.
daughter.
I mean, they're definitely
That
gonna
would be
release a
worth it.
new
On the
Smash
other
game
hand, he could
for
still get to the core of the Sky
Wii
Ripper,
U.
even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Alright, are we going to go for Zenobia? Or are we going to go for the Eye of the Lost God? So just say God or Xeno. Because that's easier. I'll give you till 24 minutes. Not 24, 25 minutes. By the way, when I said you can finish a run in 20 minutes, that was a total guess. What was the other choice? There's Zenobia. You can pay a call to Zenobia, or you can get the Eye of the Lost God, which is the core of the Sky Ripper. It's the Sky Ripper's core. It's the Eye of the Lost God. Very powerful gem. Or you can pay a call to Zenobia. I'll give you a bit of extra time. Eye of the Lost God. Okay, we'll go for that.
To make the Sky Ripper, the Transcendent Emperor had wrapped an armature around the eye of a god. Bernardo had already let that armature slip away to save Lapino's life. But even its core, the eye torn from a god, surely they could fashion a great weapon from that.
The core of the Sky Ripper? Lapino's excited. That's an actual thing that we could just go and get. You've been busy.
He sure had. Renato told him all the things he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times, about wages they'd won and lost, and scrapes they'd barely got out of. It was good to be back with his friend.
Renato grinned. He had a very good feeling about this.
Well, there you go. I love this game, man. It's a real hidden gem. Lots of people have just ignored it. It's a great game. It's a very good
It's
experience.
beautiful here, thought Renato. He was thrilled to be back with his old war buddy.
Just drinking some
He
water.
missed the Mad Rabbit, but something was not quite right.
There's Lapino. Something's not quite right, indeed. I have no idea what it is. I think it's here. Yeah, that's where we're supposed to go. We're supposed to jump down there, but I want to see what's up here.
Who needed bridges anyway?
Yep, free chest. I'm not sure how expensive this game is, but lots of people deemed it not very good, so... Not very good as in, like, not popular. It never really gained huge popularity. I don't mean not good as in, like, it's a bad game. Never gained much popularity, so... didn't really do well. So, I don't know if it costs a lot. But I know it's not going to be expensive.
And this is why heroes are called dashing, Renato thought. See? Dashing. There was
There's this
something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over time.
Yeah. Skylanders would be great. But the sad thing is, if they ever do get into it, it would most likely just be as an assist trophy, which is really sad. And they'd probably just do something like Eruptor. I mean, Eruptor's cool and
wonder what I
all,
could make with all these
but where's the love
sword-crafting
for
materials,
what's his
thought
face?
Renato.
Oh, who was my main? Let me think. I had like all of them. I'm trying to think of my main. I used to use what's it called a lot. Terrafin. But I also liked. He was. I think he was one from the trap team. He had big fists. I forgot his name. Cammy, you might know his name. You know the guy I'm talking about, right? Ah. Terrafin makes more sense. Makes most sense. Other than Spyro. No, you don't know the guy I'm talking about. Well,
Renato
he's from
felt
Trap Team.
Wrong.
And,
all over.
I think he's
He could
like...
feel an almost palpable
Oh, I
sickness
don't know
in
his
the air.
name. But he's
Mr.
from
Lang
Trap
could have
Team, and he's
tumors.
tech
would
element,
look like
and
these
he's got
monstrous
big
crystals.
fists. And
The
he's a
forest
robot,
was
and he
quieter
punches
than it had
things.
been.
He was my
There
real
were
main.
insects, but few birds. If you didn't count the ravens.
And I also had like a
Renato
Crypt
smelled
guy. I
sick
got a
animals
Nitro
and
version of him, so it was like
dying
gold.
But no
Nitro
health.
Crypt King.
I'm getting a
it's
bad
called.
feeling about this. Renato thought. Maybe Lapina was right. Maybe.
Like
we should
this
kidnap
stuff is like
Zenobia instead of Cunningham.
crystallized god blood, I'm pretty sure. That's what this red stuff is. There was nothing I could do there. If they're red, it means they're going to die in one hit. If they're yellow, it means they're going to die in 2 hits. And if they're green, it's going to take more. Skylanders, Imaginators. I never played Imaginators. But still I'll get it after Mario and Bomberman. I mean, it looked good, but it's just, it
As he
costs
held
so
the
much
radiant
money.
icosahedron,
Because
Renato
I've spent
felt
like
queasy.
So much money on
Dozens of tiny
Skylanders.
worms
It's
were nibbling his
unimaginable.
insides. It wasn't healthy to be so close to the eye of a god. How could he use it?
Oh, we got
He
another
could take it to the
viewer.
observatory. The scientists there could tell him how to harness its ancient power.
I'll explain in a second.
But honestly, Renato ached to get away from it. He brought the core back with him to the
Forces, not Mania. I'm
Renato ached
gonna
to get
get
rid of it.
Forces, man.
Tell you what,
said Lupino.
There's a big debate
I'll
about
take it
it
to the
though.
observatory. You attack the Imperial outpost.
The Imperial outpost was a vital communications node. Taking it could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Renato.
Mania and
But
Forces,
what
yeah.
if Lupino got the core and then broke it, or lost it, or worse? Was Renato ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself.
Okay. I'm gonna explain the game because we've got one extra viewer which doesn't understand it yet. Essentially, this game is called Stories something. It's Stories pretty much, and there's this book, and you have to make decisions, and based on what decisions you make, the ending of the game changes, and there's lots and lots of endings, and essentially you have to unlock all of the endings the game by making different choices, and lots of different outcomes will happen depending on which choices you get, and you'll take the first two choices and then you'll do something and you get another two, and then you get another two, and you get another two, and then you get like your ending. So now what I'm going to do is let people vote on which one we should do to make it a bit more interesting. I'm gonna have people vote on which one we should do, so essentially the viewers are choosing the ending. Yeah, there's too many good games on the Switch, man. I'm going bankrupt. Alright, so scientists or camp? Scientists or camp? Put it in the chat. I'll give you till 33 minutes, and not 34 minutes. Camp. Alright, we got one vote for camp. I'll go till 33 actually. But I'll go to 33:30. And because I know there's somebody else watching. But it might just be a lurker, and that's fine. I'll go till an extra 30 seconds. So, looks like we're trusting Lupino, and
Trust me, Renato, you won't regret this. I'll treat the core like it was my own baby daughter. As the Farfarer dived towards the Nexus, Lupino was jumping up and down
which
with
is the
excitement.
least appealing game
Stop
on the Switch?
rabbiting around.
Yours is
Renato
FIFA.
said. Lupino
or
just stared
Steep.
at him. The moment
What's
the
mine?
ship landed,
Oh.
Lupino leapt off the ship.
I'd gotta say Othello. Othello for the Switch. But FIFA might ruin it, actually. It might ruin the Switch community. Because I like how the Switch community is purely Nintendo fanboys. And I'm a big fan of that. Because it's fun to be a Nintendo fanboy and be around other Nintendo fanboys. But the fact that FIFA's coming out and it might totally ruin the community by bringing
As
some...
Lupino vanished into
I
the
don't want
wilds
to
of the
repeat
Nexus,
what we like to call them,
Fernando
but we have
remembered
let's just say we have our
Lupino
names
had
for people who
a
like
baby
FIFA.
daughter, didn't he? And he told her mother he was going out to
Skyrim
get
is
some
cool, but
Easter
it's on
eggs, and he'd never
it's
come
on so
back.
much. It's on everything.
But Renato was
Essentially,
relieved
at this
not to
point,
carry the
I said
core
essentially
anymore.
way too much.
He was
It's on
already
everything
feeling better.
at this point.
And who knows, maybe this time Lupino would get it right. And if Renato could take the outpost, he'd have access to all the Empire's communications in the sector. Right? When Renato went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
But yeah, not hyped for FIFA either. But Othello, it's probably the worst game on the Switch. Let's be honest. Even if FIFA does come out, a lot of people are going to like it. And there's nothing I can do about that. I can't stop people enjoying the Switch. But, because hey, maybe some of the people who get FIFA will also get, like, Splatoon 2, or the new Smash game. And that's not a bad thing. Three ore. Seriously. Did all that for 3 ore. Cammy's dropped off. We lost Cammy. I think, or he might not have. He might have just left for a second. Yeah, he's just left for a second. He's back here. Or somebody else is back. He might have left and somebody else came back, but... what my goal is to kill the Warlock first by throwing the dude out and then jump slashing them, right? Because the Warlocks are extremely annoying. They do like this big explosion group attack. It's really hard to dodge. How did I manage that? Perfect battle. That felt great. That felt real great. Where will it take me?
Renato caught his breath. His joints still hurt, but he couldn't feel the poison in his system anymore.
Poison?
He let the armature slip
yeah.
out of his hands
What's
to
it
save
called?
his friend Lupino. Of course he had to let Lupino take the core. The rebellion needed every man doing his duty. And the rabbit would be no good taking on an Imperial outpost, right?
Alright. Here's our...
Crafting bench. Renato wondered what he could make with it.
We can upgrade our sword now. And now it looks badass. And we can heal ourselves with it. Did I mention it looks badass? Like, let me just say that again. It looks badass. Like really, really cool. I don't know if I mentioned the fact that it looks badass. And now we get these things, these little pumpkin things. They regenerate our energy. Essentially, with this sword, energy is health. I've said essentially. Oh. Imperfect so far.
Renato took the outpost with a song in his heart. Soon, he was stuffing his sack with key messages from and to the fleet. One message caught his attention. A high priority order has been given by the Emperor himself to locate something called the Iblis Stone. It was somewhere on a desert island. Renato had a bad feeling about this. Iblis was the name of one of the lost gods. If the Emperor was diverting ravens to search for it, maybe he should try to find it first. Then the Farspeaker Toad chortled a new message. The observatory had been sacked by ravens. Lupino and all the scientists had been taken to the mountains.
God, not again.
Why? Why had he trusted Lupino again? And now the Empire had the core. Renato hailed the rebel base to warn them. But their Farspeaker didn't crowd back. Was the base under attack too?
Okay, here's our options. We could save Lupino again, or go to the rebel base. So Lapino or base, those are your keywords. I'll give you till 42 minutes. Oh man, it's starting to pick up now. If I don't receive a vote, I'll just do it myself. If I don't receive a vote, we're going to save Lapino, right? But if whatever the vote influence is, 42 minutes you got. Well, you've got till 42 minutes. You don't have 42 minutes. You got a minute left. I think Cammy might have had to leave. Lapino or base. Less than 30 seconds. 20 seconds.
Who knew what was going on at the base?
I pressed X by accident.
But he knew what the Ravens would do to Lapino if Renato didn't rescue him fast. What are old friends for, if not to need rescuing every few days?
Well, we're going to save Lapino again. He seems to get himself into way too much trouble. And I think I have an inkling why.
Renato felt a twinge of doubt. Should he have gone to the base? No. Logically, wherever they'd taken Lapino was probably where they took the core, right? Oh, why couldn't Lapino have just, for once, not got himself captured? Was that too much to ask? He shouldn't be too hard on the rabbit. No, he meant well, and he was insanely brave. You had to admire that. Whee!
Oh god, no. Look at this, man. I got trapped in a little corner ledge. Team. Oh, that totally deflected that. That's Phil. Alright, away we go.
No skateboarding, the sign said.
If I count as one viewer, right, there's 2 people watching. Therefore, there's one other person that isn't me. And I don't know who that is. Not that I'm guaranteed to know, but it's pretty convenient if they revealed it in the chat. Because I'm really interested to know who's watching my content. What could I have done? I know I'm finna die,
Where
fam.
were they holding Lapino anyway? There was no sign of him or the Ravens who'd captured him. Just rocks and snow and the usual scouts. No sign of the core either. Was this a wild rabbit chase? Oh, trust Lapino to screw up even getting captured. But what was this rebellion for anyway? Well, Lapino was a useless goof. But he was a friend. If friends didn't matter anymore, what was the point of winning this war? Renato's paws were getting numb. Calaveras really didn't want company, did he?
This goes up a mighty lot. If Owen gets watching, he'll definitely remember this.
Renato hoped his mother wasn't watching.
That's just an ice gate. I don't have the ice sword yet. So that's essentially useless. It essentially is like my new keyword. I think I've said it.
Renato thought of the choices he had made so far. Rescuing a friend and then sending him to be captured. Recovering a super weapon and enemy hands. Risking an assault on an enemy base for military secrets. And then failing to deliver them.
I had to break the game.
Well, he was alive.
I broke the game. I'm in the ground. The game is Oh wait, that was a joke. About me breaking the game. Come on, someone's got to be interested now. The game
practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
I've broken it. The game is broken. What have I done? I think I have to restart this bit of mission. We're gonna go to the menu. I broke the game. Whoops. Now I know what not to do. Don't break those crystals while recovering and dashing into them. And you'll sink. If you do, you'll sink into the ground. I'll go till the end of this ending, and then I will have to.
Renato felt a twinge of doubt.
I can't skip it.
Should he have gone to the base? No. Logically, wherever they'd taken Lapino was probably where they took the core, right? Oh, why couldn't Lapino have just for once not got himself captured? Was that too much to ask? He shouldn't be too hard on the rabbit. No, he meant well, and he was insanely brave. You had to admire that. In this chest, there were woodcuts of amazingly beautiful vixens wearing no clothes at all. And something more useful.
Oh yeah. Beautiful vixens wearing nothing at all. Vixens are female foxes. Eat. Double chest. I'm loving that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Building these platforms was so expensive, they'd run out of budget for guardrails.
Keep an eye on who's about to attack you. You can get perfect battles like that.
Where were they holding Lapino anyway? There was no sign of him or the ravens who'd captured him. Just rocks and snow and the usual scouts. No sign of the core either. Was this a wild rabbit chase? Oh, trust Lapino to screw up even getting captured. But what was this rebellion for anyway? Well, Lapino was a useless
I forgot to
goof,
make Kami mod.
but he was a friend. Shield ravens. Shields were almost like cheating, thought Renato. Well, probably because he wasn't very good at hacking through them.
I know I have to throw enemies. Put the shield down. Oh, I thought I would jump out of the way with that little meme. I got riggedy wrecked. I get to restart from the checkpoint. Oh, I had him in front of me. Such baloney.
Renato had learned so much. It was time to turn it into something he could use.
Whoever was watching is gone now. Or it might have realised that I'm not a person. Probably the former. Just one dude. Someone's back. We broke the game. My magic gauge is like an extra half health bar. If it's full. So this sword's great, it'll heal me. Other ones do like they'll set the enemies on fire, or they'll do make your sword do lots of damage, or they'll negate damage,
quite a business to
slow down time, freeze the enemies, kind of mean. But this one's the most useful. It heals me. Do this again. We have to break those icicles so that we can hook shot across.
Renato thought of the choices he had made so far. Rescuing a friend and then sending him to be captured. Recovering a super weapon and letting it fall into enemy
This is where we broke the game.
Risking
No,
an
I
assault
think
on
you're
an
right.
enemy base for military secrets, and then failing to deliver them to the rebellion. Well, he was alive, at least.
At the end of the mountain path, Renato came to a clearing. It was a campfire. Raven feathers and... oh... Lupino's lucky deck of cards.
That's not good.
That wasn't good. Renato hoped Lupino would not try to cheat his captors at cards. Ravens were much better than weasels at counting, and they had a very poor sense of humor.
Then, he saw what he had hoped never to see. Fresh scraps of rabbit fur.
Oh god.
Ragged and bloody, ravens would eat anything.
By Grabthar's hammer!
Renato screamed at the sky.
I will avenge you!
The rebels had assembled their fleet.
They've eaten them.
Ahead, clouds were dark with Imperial ships. If he could reach the Emperor before the rest of the rebels did, maybe he could settle this without too much bloodshed. He set sail, and the Farfarer shot forward.
Well, we unlocked that thing for the Iblis stones. I think we can do that next time. That should be pretty fun. Alright, here's
Poor
our finale
Lapino.
and our
I've never
ending.
been a great warrior. The Mad Rabbit was good for a lark and a laugh. And a pint. The thought of ravens
unlock the
eating
fire
him made
sword.
Bernardo furious.
Sick.
The way they were eating up the land. The way the Emperor was eating up the people with his new, bloodthirsty ways. He would make them all pay.
Also, whatever sword you're using changes the color of your dash. Look, see, it's
Sharp?
like bluish.
Check. Pointy? Check. Flexible? Check. What else do you need in a sword?
That's a void blade door. I don't have a void blade. Look, a bit of maximum health. Oh, have I still got... Yeah, I've still got 1 point.
He was more and more extraordinary.
Slow down time after a counter, that sounds pretty good. That's what I like to see. Lots and lots of the work. I'm getting demolished here.
Where did that go to?
Got him. Yeah, okay. There we go. Just had to let it load in. The physics in this game are, let's just say, questionable.
Bernardo, smash!
Funny meme. I quite like that. It's a nice little Hulk meme. Why am I using that one? It's a waste.
Odd that they never locked these things.
It is odd. You would expect them to have locks. What is this? They set on fire when I walk over them. Or something. I don't understand. They can't both decide to attack me at the same time. Yet again,
He
I
once
don't
been a
have the wind
pirate
blade.
captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. What was his name?
I totally can't do that.
What did you do if one of these platforms stalled?
You just get dead. I don't think there'd be anything else you could do. What? Hating these imperfect battles, man. Yeah, they light on fire when I get near them.
He had given up every objective to save his friend. He'd given up the armature, the core, the gem, and even Zenobia. He loved Lapino, he realized. And now the rabbit was gone. A hero
was
looks
some
out for
boy.
his friends, even when they're gone. He would send
Lapino
Lapino
was
an
some
honor
boy.
guard of ravens to serve him in the halls of the Valiant. He would avenge him.
I will avenge Lapino. I ride with my boys, I die with my boys. Boyo. I have to grapple onto this as it comes by. And then this little ship in there.
Bernardo felt a little better.
As you do. After eating. These ones light fire moves. Oh, I just realized I can use that to dodge attacks. I'm such an idiot. I can go like that and press X and do my little dash to dodge attacks. I am such an idiot. Should have been doing that way earlier. Chat is dead. Oh, you still are there? Yeah, chat's pretty dead. We're at the last bit before the end, though. We're about to finish this ending. And once it's done, I'll end up the stream. So if there's anything that wants to be discussed before I do so, I'm down for that. Like, if you want to talk a bit in the chat before I go. Was ordering something off Amazon. Understandable. May I ask what you're ordering? Is it a game? Is it a toy, an action figure? Something cool?
Finally, he reached
A
the
PC
Emperor's
controller
ship,
adapter.
and there was Lapino.
For what kind of
surrounded by
controller?
ravens. He was alive. They'd eaten some other rabbit. I'll save you! He shouted with joy and flung himself at the ravens. Oh, you shouldn't have, said Lapino when the last raven was down. Renato threw his arms around his best friend. I had to come.
Get a
I
micro
love you,
SD
man.
card. They're good
You
for
really,
extra
really
storage.
shouldn't have, said Lapino. And Renato felt a rather sharp pain in his back. As he collapsed, Lapino took the dagger out of Renato's back and wiped it off from Renato's
Xbox.
sleeve.
They don't have the same
Why?
port. They
You
all have
always have to
different
be the
ports.
hero. Brave Renato, epic Renato, super sexy Renato, and I'm sick of it. But I loved you.
We've
And
been
you thought I was
backstabbed,
the
quite
idiot,
literally, by
said
Renardo.
Lapino, as Renato died.
He's murdered us. Yeah,
Okay,
Switch
that
storage
was
does suck.
weird. He could have
I might get a
sworn
nice
he
121.
Just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there.
Does it have like two
Had all
different
those years
wires
fighting
on
the
it?
Empire been nothing
three
but a
different
vision
wires?
into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. Lapino was a traitor. Renato had suspected there was something wrong with the Mad Rabbit. But now he knew there was malice behind his goofiness.
Yeah, it's got three different things. Expected that, because they don't have that. So, well, now we know that Lapino is a traitor. We can't trust him. We can't trust Lapino. We still have some other truths to unlock. This one looks like Zenobia. I have no idea what this one is, but it's purple. And this one looks like the Sky Ripper. I'm pretty sure. Because it showed us a picture of it, right? So Lapino is a traitor, something to do with Zenobia. No idea what that is. But purple one. Kami, you might know what it is. You might remember. I don't know. There's a Sky Ripper, I know that one. But yeah, you can see there's a quarter of the lock unlocked. But there we go. Now we know that if we rescue Lapino, find the core, attack the outpost, and we rescue Lapino again, he will backstab us because he's a traitor and he will murder us. So we shouldn't trust Lapino.
He'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning.
Does the
He
PS4 let you do other
realized
things
that his
but stream
adventure was
Lapinus?
just beginning.
That's quite
The
funny.
clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was
But
time
essentially,
to
yeah,
choose.
the game starts over
The
again
rebellion
and lets you do
was
another
in
one.
trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel
The
base.
PS4 does. You can record,
needed a
you can
game
take
changer.
screenshots,
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced.
and
Or so a
what
scholar
else?
in the mountains had told him. Surely
you can
the
do this thing
weapon
called
that
share
banished the
play,
lost gods
where
could defeat
essentially
the
you're
Emperor.
streaming with one
Also,
person,
a
but then
temple had
you
risen
can
out of
press an
empty desert.
option,
The Emperor
and
had
it'll
brought the
let
Sky Ripper
you
pieces up out of
pass the
ancient
controller to the
burial
other
by his
person,
obscene rituals.
and pretty much make
Could
it
this
so
be where the Iblastone
they're
was hidden?
playing the game,
Someone better
they're
get it
playing your
before he
game,
does, thought
but
Renato.
it's exclusive
And
for
also,
PlayStation Plus members.
His old friend Lapino needed rescuing.
So, if you
course,
have
Renato had a
PlayStation
pretty strong
Plus,
suspicion
you can
that
play
Lapino
your
had
friends'
betrayed the rebellion.
games, and they
But
can
could
play your
Renato
games.
really leave an old
And
friend
you
to
can
the
like
Ravens?
talk about the game while you play it and pass the controller back and forth. It's very fun. I don't know if Xbox has anything similar. But I guess that's it for now. I'm just gonna end it off here. If you want to talk about anything in the chat, toasty roasty. Or is it toasty? No, toasty roasty. No, it doesn't. Yeah, that sucks. I guess that's why Xbox is dead, because the sales for Xbox is pretty dead. No one buys Xboxes anymore. It's all either PS4 or Switch. PS4 is dead. Not PS4. Xbox is dead. The sales are like plummeting. And there's not really any good exclusives for it anyway. When you look over at PlayStation, there's like so much you can do with it. So many exclusive games. My cousin will get a YouTube channel when I come over. Make sure he subscribes, man. I'm really pushed for subscribers, man. I'm at 37. I really need them. Halo does suck, man. I'm not a fan of Halo. For games like that, I've got Destiny. And Destiny is, lots of people hate it. I hate the community. The Destiny community is cancer. The Destiny community hates the Destiny community. Everyone hates the Destiny community. The game isn't half bad. You can go and watch my stream, and pretty much that stream explains Destiny perfectly. That is Destiny. I play PlayStation for Crash. Crash is past Bandicoot on it. Do you have a PlayStation? A PlayStation? You might be talking about PlayStation 3. Crash? I've never got into Crash. Never played it. Heard good things though. Heard very good things. Remakes coming out. Ooh. Sounds interesting. Might be a good time to get into it. As a remake comes out. That's how I really got into Wind Waker. They did a little remake of it. I mean, I had the GameCube one, but I rushed through it. On PS4, the N-Sane trilogy. N-Sane. I might search that up. I've never heard of it. Sounds pretty good though, Crash. If you want a PS4 game that I really recommend you play, you might not have heard of it. You might have heard of it. You can't play it. That sucks. Well, if you ever get a PS4, a game I'd really recommend to you is Persona 5, actually. I haven't got too far through it, because I'm only on my first run through. You can do it multiple times. There's like New Game Plus and like good stuff you get. But it's a great game. It's really, really emotional. It uses real life bad things that happen to real people to explain a story, and it really gets its points across very well. It's a great game. I meant to say is I never played... What I meant to say is I never played Skyward Sword. I've never played Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword was the one with the motion controls and bomb bowling. Bomb bowling. Do you boys like bomb bowling? Big boys bowling their bombs, bomb bowling in the bowling ball. Bowling bowl. But yeah, I never played Skyward Sword, but I'd recommend Persona 5. It's not on any other console. My best friend hit himself with a Wiimote because he did not have the wrist strap on. Yeah, it has like, you slash the sword with your hand, use your weapon with your hand. Yeah, the motion controls in that game are highly complained about. Which makes me kind of worried for ARMS, because ARMS has no button controls. ARMS, you hold the Joy-Cons in your hand and actually punch. Which, you know, might totally make the game a joke. Competitive-wise. Because people might be making fun of all the people who play ARMS competitively by... Skyward Sword is tiring. Yeah, you get sore arms playing it. Because you have to swing your sword, like, you have to swing the Wiimote a lot. It's like tennis. Imagine you were playing Wii Sports tennis for a very, very long time. Spring Punch. Yes, I'm hyped for one of the characters that came out. He's called Kid Cobra. Nobody's hyped for him except me. I don't get it. His name is Kid Cobra. He's got like snake arms. He joined the Grand Prix to get more viewers on his live streams. Falcon Punch joke for the win. I love Falcon Punch jokes, man. Falcon Punch. Like that Smash 4 animation of the Falcon Punch. It's godly. It's godly. It's a godly animation. I love it. We really need to get Falcon Kick. Yeah, Falcon Kick is good as well. I love the knee though. I love how the knee is like one of the best moves. It's his what's it called, forward air. It's his fair. His fair is like the knee. His bear is like a kick. I don't know what his air is, but I know his dare is like a downward kick. He's like he's what Ganon spawned from, but I still prefer to play Ganon because it feels really great to kick someone's ass with Ganon, because everyone totally craps on Ganon and says he's like really bad. I'm not saying he's good in any way at all. He's definitely not good, but it feels great to kick someone's ass playing Ganon. He's just a heavy falcon, he is, but like, it's so easy to kill yourself with Ganon. So going on for Gloria and kicking people's asses with Ganon is an amazing feeling. And if you can ever get good at Ganon, it's great. Usually I either play Yoshi, Mario, or what's it called? Yoshi, Mario. These are my mains, right? Yoshi, Mario, Cloud, Ryu, and Ganon. That's my top 5 Smash characters. Bowser just feels like cheating, man. I mean, most of the characters early in the roster are made pretty OP. Like the heavy characters like DK, Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong's hard to play though. Bowser. Mario's pretty OP. Peach. You know, I like to delve more into the characters that are thought to be useless. The Bowser dropkick, it's so easy to dodge, but it does feel great to land one. But I try playing Bowser online and you miss everything because, you know, people actually know how to dodge. DK is the Diddy Kong or DK, it equals the competitive scene. I've done some competitiveness. I've won shiny Pokemon in tournaments. I haven't won any like real money or anything because I haven't gone to tournaments. But I've entered some like online stream ones. Diddy Kong, yeah, Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong is the competitive scene, exactly. Bowser's a lot of fun though. He just feels very overpowered. Going for ice cream, bye. Alright, I guess I'll drop off then. If there's no need to chat any longer. So this was Stories, The Path of Destinies. Thank you all for dropping in, especially Cammy. It's great having someone in the chat to talk to, and someone to have the votes with. It was a great time. I had a lot of fun. I think I'll be back for it. If not tomorrow, then later. But sometime kind of soon-ish. I'm gonna go now. I hope you all had a great time, and have a good night.